After so many months of long, dark nights and snowy, cold days, things are finally changing here in the mountains. The winter is becoming spring. The death cycle is ending and nature is being transformed all around us. One day it's snowy and all of a sudden we wake up and hear the birds chirping and the breeze on our skin again. And we know that better days are ahead. The middle of March is such a special time of year, just before things come back to life, when we can see the buds on the trees. We have this time to set our intentions for the year, to start new daily habits. I always feel like in January, it's such a difficult time to have resolutions because nature is still in its death cycle. It's not changing. And so it feels wrong for us to change. But now that the days are warming up and there's a warmer breeze, it feels so natural to begin to shed the clothes of winter and begin again with new daily habits. Good evening, you guys, and welcome back to another video. For this week's video, I'm gonna show you all what I do every week for my self-care, how I take care of my hair, my skin, and my spirit to rejuvenate me for the rest of the week. So tomorrow I'm going to wash my hair. I wash my hair once a week. The night before I wash my hair, I do a little like oil mask. I'm just gonna put some jojoba oil into a cup and then mix that with sea buckthorn oil and rosemary essential oil, just a little bit of that. And then I'm just gonna like rub this into my scalp. It makes your hair really oily. That's why I do it the night before a shower, because the shampoo will get it out. The oils are really hydrating and just like, it can be really nice to prevent split ends. I'm just gonna like massage this through like my entire scalp. Not too much though. After a full night with the oil mask, I am going to do a little fenugreek treatment before I wash my hair. Right now, I am just grinding up fenugreek and amla berries, and then I'm gonna slowly add little splashes of water until I have a smooth consistency, kind of like a paste, not too runny, and then I'll massage that all over my scalp. I learned this mask when I was living in India from some of the local women, and I remember back then when I was doing this every week, my hair felt so hydrated and healthy and just very soft. So when I wash my hair, I use a very, very gentle shampoo soap that I make. I don't condition my hair after I shampoo because I like to do hair masks that I leave in my hair for a couple of hours. For this one that I'm doing today, I'm going to put rosemary, peppermint, amla, and hibiscus in a pan with just a little water. I'm trying to make a tea concentrate here. And then gently simmer that for about 30 minutes and then strain it through a cheesecloth. So for the mask, I'm going to do a couple of spoonfuls of organic local yogurt and then a little drizzle of raw honey. Then you mix that together and then slowly add your tea concentrate until it's kind of a runny paste consistency. And now it's time to add the secret ingredient. I'm going to add some cassia powder to this hair mask. Cassia is similar to henna, but it doesn't dye your hair at all, and it is so healing for the hair. I like to do this hair mask about twice a month. It just feels so good for my hair. And you want to leave the cassia in there for a minimum of 2 hours before washing it out. It can be a challenge to wash this hair mask out, let me tell you, but it is so worth it in my opinion because it is probably one of the most healing things that has really transformed the health of my hair. Okay, so it's been a couple of days since I did the cassia treatment. I really love cassia as like a conditioner because I just feel like it's really hydrating for the hair. And I'm just gonna do a little onion treatment using this juice. I do this a couple of times a week. Logan hates it when I do it.
Don't say that.
He does.
Don't say
Logan
that.
hates it when I do it.
Well, tell him why.
Well, it makes me smell like an onion. But onion juice is so good for your scalp. If you're losing your hair at all, it is so good for hair loss. It can like literally regrow your hair. It is like a magic thing. So basically, I'm just going to put it all over my hair and just kind of massage it into my scalp. Okay, you guys, so I have had these sheets that are on my bed for 4 years. I only have one pair of sheets, and they have started to get like pretty big holes. They started ripping apart like a couple months ago, and I think it's officially time to retire these sheets. I have an idea though. I think I'm going to use the fabric that doesn't have holes in it to make a nightgown. I feel like this linen would be kind of like the perfect material for a nightgown. So I'm gonna take these off and replace them with the most luxurious sheets, which is actually the sponsor of this video. Thank you so much to Brooklinen for sponsoring this video. Brooklinen is a luxury sheet company creating high quality goods that elevate your home. You spend a third of your life in sheets, which is reason enough to get yourself some that are really gonna upgrade your sleep. Brooklinen sheets are tried and true. They have over 100,000 plus 5-star reviews, which is more than any other online bedding company. Instead of buying individual items, you can save 20% with their hardcore bundle, which includes a core sheet set, extra pillowcases, and a duvet cover. You can mix and match with over 20 plus colors and patterns to fit your style. Brooklinen just came out with a ton of new colors. If I didn't get this cream color, I would definitely get the terracotta color. As the most awarded brand in bedding space, you can count on Brooklinen to be your sheet expert, bringing you sheets that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but will also help you get your 7+ hours of sleep every night. They're having a sleep week sale with all items 20% off through March 20th. If you rely on Brooklinen for all your sleep needs like I do, I would recommend getting the hardcore bundle. That'll save you up to 40% since it'll stack the bundle savings with the sale discount. Thank you again so much to Brooklinen for sponsoring this video. It is such a beautiful morning. Oh my gosh, the sun just rose over the mountains. It froze last night though, so it's very cold this morning. I'm gonna jump in the river. I try to get in cold water every day because it revitalizes my entire body and spirit, and whew, this is gonna be hard. Wow, that felt amazing. If you feel a bit uninspired this spring, try and get in some ice cold water. Just fill up your bathtub with cold water and a big bowl of ice. I promise just doing that will change your entire life. So I thought initially I would use these sheets to make curtains, but there was literally too many holes in them to make a full-size curtain, so I decided instead to sew a nightgown. Linen is such an amazing fabric because it actually gets softer every time you wash it. So over time, this linen has actually gotten extremely soft and cozy feeling. I honestly didn't want to bother with trying to find a pattern for this nightgown. I just wanted something simple, so I used a very similar pattern to my last video when I made the yellow flower dress, but I widened the torso so that I didn't have to put a zipper in it, just so it would be easier to slip on and off. And I'm honestly really happy with how this little nightgown looks. I was inspired by some of the costumes in the show Bridgerton, and that specific style of like the puffy sleeves, but the waist starts much higher than the natural waistline, like up near the breast. I don't know what that style is called, but I think it's really cute. I want to make more dresses in that style. Obviously, my humble rags look nothing like those dresses on the show, but I am very inspired by that style. I'm gonna try to do that maybe sometime this month. So the other day I found a huge jar of whole cardamom pods that I forgot that I had. They were kind of in the back of my pantry, and it really excited me because Logan told me he has never heard of that spice or ever eaten it before, which is crazy. I have this family recipe for these traditional cardamom buns, but I thought it would be fun to make it sourdough. These days, if I am eating something with flour in it, I really prefer it to be fermented because it just feels so much better digesting in my belly. I actually have a hard time digesting wheat, but if it's fermented, especially for longer periods of time, it is completely fine with me. For so many years, I didn't eat bread because I thought I was gluten-free, but yeah, it just turned out I just had to ferment it, and it's completely fine now. It's actually really easy to turn basically any recipe into a sourdough one. You just add a little less flour and water and replace that with sourdough. So I ended up adding 120 grams of sourdough to this bread. So I reduced the flour by 60 grams and the water by 60 grams. And then I fermented it for about 8 hours on the counter. In the summer, it can be less, like maybe 4 to 6 hours, but in the winter it takes quite a long time, and then I continued to ferment it in the fridge overnight. I always have this strange nostalgia this time of year. It was 4 years ago exactly, on a sunny day in late March, that I packed up all my belongings and moved out here to the mountains. I had just quit my job as a barista and really had no plans except a small amount of savings and a dream of building a tiny house and to live a simpler life. I got a job in town at the local grocery store, and that summer slowly built the house. It's crazy to think of how much time has passed since those early days. I was so young and naive. I knew literally nothing about building. I had a lot of help from my dad. He gave me a lot of advice throughout the process. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who have stuck around all this time. I know there's some of you out there that have been following me all these years, which is just so wild and crazy. This is a really special place, and I just feel so grateful that I get to share this journey with all of you. Blessing. Wow, I am so excited to eat this. Here's the thing, you guys. We can put as many expensive oils and products on our skin and on our hair that we want, but ultimately, the way that we look on the outside is just a reflection of what's going on inside of our bodies. I mean, those things can help, like putting oil in your hair just to keep it hydrated and nourished can help, but I really think that 90% of it is what we are putting inside of our bodies. Food is our medicine. It really is. Like, food can heal us or food can make us sick. It really can. And I think it's the most important thing because it's the only thing that we put inside of ourselves. The thing is, we cannot buy a new body. This body is the only place we have to live. So it's so important that we nourish ourselves and we treat our body as a temple. Honestly, you guys, I just feel like the most important thing is what we are putting inside of our bodies and to say thank you to ourselves, you know? Like, these bodies hold us. They are the only way that we are able to live this life. They take us places. They do everything for us, you know? And I feel like the best way to say thank you to our bodies for literally giving us life, for giving us the ability to walk around and be here in this world, the only way to say thank you is to give back to it, you know, to treat your body like a temple. And the thing is too, when we start to nourish ourselves and give our body whole, unprocessed foods, we start to feel better. And then when we start to feel better, we're motivated to continue doing those things that make us feel good. It's kind of like a snowball effect, you know? It just takes one decision. It just takes one day. It just takes one instant. If you are not the most ideal version of who you want to be, all it takes is the decision right now to change, to be that most ideal self. To be the self that treats your body well with nourishing, wholesome food, to be the self that wakes up every day and does exercises. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video, and I'm gonna eat this soup. Don't go away.